Why are all of these men coming on the Dear Future Wifey podcast to tell the world essentially that their wife is not their preference?
I was open to more, but it wasn't my initial
original 10.
Yeah, see, I was in that time, even though God showed me her, I was still walking according to my preference. I liked light-skinned, long hair, petite models, all that crazy. I like what I want.
Yeah.
When a man says that the woman that he's with or his wife is not his preference, all that means is that you're a consolation prize because I couldn't get the prize that I really wanted, so I ended up with you. And it really just be going over their heads because every time they just be sitting there nodding like, no ma'am, this is a jab. This is not a compliment. And for the men, I really feel like they think they're giving their wife a compliment by saying like, hey, I couldn't get her, so you got me. That's not a compliment.
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that I have ever met 5 years into our marriage.
Oh dear. Well, that's nice, isn't it?
If you are single right now, it's because you want to be attracted to your partner.
And what exactly is wrong with that?
And that is just not realistic.
Wow. It must be pure magic being married to someone that thinks like that.
I don't know how many times women on this app are going to have to say it. Find an ugly ass man and marry him.
I have to wonder. You think their husband knows that they think that way about them?
And I'm not talking about a guy that just needs a little brush up, okay? I'm talking about a terminally unattractive man.
Terminally unattractive. Right. I wonder if they're referring to their own personality.
I sleep with an eye mask at night so that I have time in the morning to mentally prepare before I make eye contact with my husband.
I think he could do better.
But here I am, married, and you're not, so who's laughing?
I think quite a few of us are laughing, especially those of us that understand that just because a person happens to be married doesn't make them any better than anyone else, as we have just seen demonstrated.
So if you ladies are smart, you'll wait for the right guy who's gonna give you the lifestyle. Did you see the type of shit people? See the crazy things they do to avoid accountability and growing the fuck. So find a guy that's already grown the fuck and stop competing with those type of guys. I gotta show him, I gotta prove that I can do this and I can do that. He thinks, no, I'm good. I can't do any of it. So do it for me. Because I'd rather be dumb as nails than do a man's job. Go dig the holes in the ground and do the yard work and pick up that disgusting. And you know what? Carry my bags up the stairs and pay some damn bills while you're at it. Because I can't do it. I'm stupid as f.
Thank you, MSNBC, for making it official. I've been saying this for a long time. Fellas, share this with your lady and tell her to shut that shit up. They missed a couple areas too because I know they're not cutting no grass and they're not changing no oil either.
I don't argue with bonnets sit on their heads like berets. Bonnet will be looking just like this. All that mouth and a bonnet full of air.
Okay, fair warning, this is a long story, but if you've ever been on a cruise, you know the excursions can be chaotic, so buckle up. So we booked an excursion through Carnival Glory to get on a ferry to go over to the Blue Lagoon beach. We stood over an hour in line waiting on the ferry to get here. Finally, when we got on, it went crazy. There's a family of 3 that apparently didn't get the wristbands that is required to go to the beach. No wristband, you don't get off of the boat at the dock. Just that simple. But the mom, she was not having it. She was determined that she was not getting off of this boat. Security came, asked her to leave, and she just kept saying, I'm not getting off of the boat. Over and over again. Her little boy was begging her to get off of the boat. And then the little boy just walked away and broke down and started crying. And to make it worse, it was very hot. Like I can't breathe hot. And one lady started having an asthma attack. At this point, everyone's sweating, waiting and watching this unfold. finally a security guard shows up that can actually lift her. And I kid you not, she lifts her up and carries her off of the boat. I've seen a lot on cruises, but this right here was the next level. The moral of the story is when you go on a cruise excursion, get your wristband. Don't fight security. And maybe don't ruin your kids' vacation. How embarrassing is this for your child? Have y'all ever experienced drama like this on Carnival Glory for an excursion? Let me know in the comments.
I want a reimbursement. Okay. I checked in. I don't want reimbursement. Do it right now. If you want me to get a van, then get to the van. What else is to get a van? You about to get some van for real?
Female officer. I ain't married. Oh man, you need some water? It's cool.
I tell you, these women are going to act a fool anywhere, literally anywhere they go, and in front of her son.
Okay, I'm headed to Livermore right now, going on a date, a first date actually. But I wanted to record this because the saddest thing just happened. I was in my little dating life. I was dating this guy who I really liked. He'd been coming over, hanging out, met my daughter, all this stuff, and I still felt the need to go on a date, which I'm open to dating. You know, there's some things that weren't perfect about that person, but man, he's so pissed. He blocked me from everything. I was honest with him. I told him what I was doing, and I guess that was too much for him. So, good thing he's not going to see this because he blocked me from everything. And, well, I don't understand it. I mean, I do understand it. But, like, guys always be blocking. Like, geez, can't just be friends. Whatever. Anyways, about to date a hottie. So I'll let you guys all know how it goes. Bye.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? You saying, you know what? I'm still going to see whoever I want to see. I'm still going to do whatever I want to do. But I want you to keep on paying. I like this. This is great for me and you. Until I decide not anymore. And then I'll say, oh, we don't really match. And then you can just lose money and time. And that should be okay with you as a man. Dumped. Blocked.
Did that thick ass feed you today? Or she just sent you 2 attachments to that big old funky ass?
Neither one. Neither one.
I don't care if Jordan Hudson makes Bill Belichick happy. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hope he cheats on her with somebody even younger. I just hate it.
I just saw a post of a guy asking what a bunch of green flags were, like little tiny, ones that like immediately make you obsessed with a man. And in the comments are like thousands of women giving this man the blueprint. Ladies, shut up. Shut up. Stop telling them the tricks. They already know the tricks. This man, you can look at his profile and you can see he's a boy. Stop giving them the, oh my Lord. And then you wonder, you're like, oh, he knew just what to say and what he did. He did all the right things. Yeah. You guys are literally giving them the blueprint on how to manipulate you and get you obsessed. How about you just show up as who you authentically are and let us fall in love with that. Okay? Please shut up. Shut up.
100 million this, 100 million that. Well, I just want to know, because I'm going to ruin the fun. Y'all want to fight so bad. How about 100 million versus white supremacy? I'm going to ruin the fun. How about 100 million versus patriarchy? What could y'all do then? Could y'all win that?
So many girls in their early 20s are having a ton of plastic surgery, and then they just end up looking like a 32-year-old version of themselves. If you just waited like 6 years and got a little bit of lip filler, you probably would have been fine. But now you're gonna look 10 years older than yourself for the rest of your life. Is that what you wanted?
Do you feel like, why do you feel like men, especially NBA players, get with the white women? Is it because they're easy, quote unquote?
I got some theories, but I really want to hear it from him.
I do too. I want to hear it too.
I honestly think that maybe is they appreciate maybe more and they apologize more.
Listen, I'm scared. Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Yes, I mean, you know.
I had an interview with
they don't mind being held accountable.
I'm so scared of this, y'all, because I had an interview with Columbus Short, and I asked him this similar question, and he said something, and I got dragged for filth. I was on Breakfast Club, I was on Shea Room, I had death threats for so long from black women because they said I laughed when he said that. So let me not laugh. I don't have nothing to do with this.
I mean, that's what I think.
I'm
I
black.
don't know.
He don't know, though, because he dates black women, period, so do not come for him, period.
I'm gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Y'all are a bunch of weirdos. Listen, I like to have fun in my little videos too, okay? I like to do a little bit of, okay? Is my child ever in the background? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can't believe I'm even having to say this, but do y'all know how many weirdos are on this app? Do y'all know how many weirdos are doing weird things with your videos that you post on this app? You really want your kid to be in the background? Like, wanting yourself around little kids is weird, period. But to continue to record it and then post it, knowing what you're doing. I ain't even seen the video everybody's going crazy about. I ain't even seen it. But from what I've gathered, that's weird. That's weird. As a mom of a little boy who is going to grow up one day, I feel like I have a say in this, and that was absolutely inappropriate. Absolutely inappropriate. It's giving mom who wants to sleep with her son's friends vibes. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's weird. That is so weird. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but a digital footprint is a real thing. It's a real thing, okay? Your kids are going to grow up one day. They're going to grow up one day, and they're going to see what their mama was doing, and they're going to be like, what the crap? What the crap? So let's think about that.
New ick unlock. Why the heck I just go get some ice cream, right? I get my ice cream. It's another guy in the store. He ordered his ice cream after me. Why the heck he get sprinkles on his? I ain't even get sprinkles on mine. And he looked a little like rough around the edges. He looked a little hood. I was looking like, interesting. Fruit Loop.
So why nobody talking about how JoJo Siwa got on that reality show and got turned out? Well, you're getting hugged on from the back by these men, coming to terms with your sexuality, and your girlfriend's at home watching you on TV.
Everybody want to be a girl. Who gonna be the boys? I keep saying that. That's the whole purpose of being because you like boys.
Honestly and truly, anything to shame a man. It's really impressive at this point.
Tell me if I'm right or wrong. So I was previously dating someone, and he said out his mouth that he was going to eat pizza for dinner. And I already know I had salmon in the freezer, and that's what I wanted to eat. So I defrosted my salmon. He watched me season it, put it in the oven, all of that. He didn't say anything. Why, when I finished my food, I made salmon and wild rice. Right when I finished my food, I see him in my peripheral watching me eat. And I'm digging in the plate because it was good. Like, I was scraping the plate like it was really good for real, for real. And then, you know, when I went in the kitchen, I was just like, am I wrong? I was asking myself, like, am I wrong? Like, because he was watching me eat, and I'm just like, what the f? So when I go back to sit down, I'm like, am I wrong or something? He talking about some hell yeah. But I'm like, you said you wanted pizza. I'm one of those people, like, be for real with what you say. He said he wanted pizza. I'm not going to force you to eat a cooked meal if you say you want to eat pizza. Because if I say I want to eat seafood, I don't care if you made steak. I'm gonna eat the seafood. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to force nobody to do nothing they don't want to do.
I mean, you could have offered him some, and judging by the comments, you're aware of that.
I had a 19-year-old fall in love with me on my last vacation, and I think everybody is put into our lives for a reason, and he was put into mine for one specific reason. And I want to share that with you guys, that this boy has gotten everything he's wanted in life. He was star of the football team, 6'5", not bad looking. He definitely had all the girls falling over him, homecoming court, the whole shebang. I had met him night one on the cruise ship. I was kind of going around this cruise trying to find single, eligible bachelors, and unfortunately it was all families and kids on spring break, and that's fine. I just decided, you know, like, either way I was gonna have fun no matter what. One of my favorite things to do is roast teenagers. I just think teenagers are way too mean these days, and I will put them in their place. And honestly, he was that way. This first night I met him, I was just putting him in his place, and I don't think he's ever had anybody like be mean to him. So from there on out, he basically, I think night one, he was like, oh my God, I'm in love with you. And I was like, stop, like, this is not funny. Like, you're way too young. Mind you, my cousin who I was hanging out with, she is 21, and so kind of his group was more around her age, and my other cousin that I went with was older. She would always go to bed at 8 o'clock, and I'm like, I want to hang out with people. So I ended up hanging out with the younger crowd, which honestly was kind of fun, took me back, you know. I mean, doesn't everybody want to be in their 20s again? Let's be honest. This boy had about 3 girls in and around his age following him around like lost puppy dogs on this cruise ship, and they were gorgeous. I mean, what I would give for that body again. And I kept telling these girls, I'm like, guys, stop following him around. Stop caring what he's doing. It's just feeding his ego. Basically taking life lessons that I know, but don't always follow. So what was I doing on this cruise? Having fun and not giving a flying about what this 19-year-old was doing because, again, 19. And what did that do? You guessed it. Made him want to chase me even more. I pulled him aside one night and I was like, listen, you need to stop playing with all these 3 girls. You're playing with their emotions. You're playing with their feelings. It's not funny. And I go, you need to pick one and stick with it and hang out with them on the cruise. And he was like, I pick you. And I'm like laughing. I'm like, seriously, dude, like, stop. The moral of the story that I needed to learn here was men love the chase, and we've heard it time and time again, but I needed to see that for myself. And again, I know he was a boy, but I think every single man is a 19-year-old boy on the inside.
Okay, so one thing that I don't understand about a lot of these women out here, and like, this ain't even on no fake girl type stuff, but like, why do y'all be like wanting other people man based off of what you see him doing for her on the internet? Like, I ain't even trying to be funny, but y'all don't know these people. Like, y'all don't know if the designer that he buying her is real. Y'all don't know how he really treat her in real life. Y'all don't know, like, what that man got. Like, especially in these cities like Atlanta and Houston and like the DMV area. Like, y'all don't know if he mess around with other men. Like, y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't even be knowing these dudes to be thinking that you want her man. Like, you don't know what she go through with that man. You don't know what she allowed in her bedroom. Like, why do y'all be sitting over here looking at what somebody else got going on, trying to compare yourself when you don't even really know these people like that? You don't know where they stand at. It's people who be buying designer, living in the projects. Like, y'all really be weird. Like, you don't know these people. You don't know that man to think you want him. Like,
what are you guys?
So we kind of talked about girls going on trips. So I'll just kind of quickly say going on girls trips.
Yeah.
Huge red flag. I saw a chick on Instagram. She talked about something about how she just got off the phone with her husband or whatever, her man, about whatever they did, and he was at, you know, just, oh, I hope you have so much fun, this, that, and the other, when he doesn't know that Raul, the bartender, just blew my guts out last night or something like that. It's like, you have to be some kind of sick to post that on social media.
That's true. To expose yourself like that?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And stupid. Oh my God.
Because you know it's going to see that if it goes viral.
Yeah.
If you get the reaction that you're looking for posting it, because you're not just posting it for your girlfriends. You're hoping that it goes crazy.
Ladies, that is why men do not want you going on trips with your girlfriends. If you want to go on vacation with me. If you don't want to go on vacation with me, we need to have a serious discussion.
Just to add on to that in a different light, unless you're financially well off to the point where going on a vacation doesn't make a dent in your pocketbooks as a couple. Most people, if they're going to go on vacation, it's something that they save for. The average American doesn't just go on a bunch of vacations all year. right? They go on one a year, whatever it is, or one every other year, whatever it may be, whatever they can afford. And they do so as a family usually. If you're dipping into the family's finances to do something greedy for yourself that does not have to do with your man, does not give any benefit to your man, that's a problem. Regardless of whether you're going to behave on the trip or not, separate entity altogether. Because I know the women will come back and say he's just insecure, he doesn't trust me. Great.
You damn right I don't trust you.
Right, but that's a side note. Let's look at it from a different perspective so the women can understand it. Why are you going to go spend $2,000 of our money that we're trying to start a life with together to go on something for yourself that's only going to benefit you? While I have to stay here and work and hang out and take care of the kids or do whatever it is that we do at home. You know what I mean? Without you. Worry about where you're at every night, if you're safe. It's my job as the man to protect you. If you're going to be in another country for a week, how am I supposed to do that? You are literally breaking the code of what a relationship dynamic is supposed to be by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And if your man is okay with you doing that, it's not that he's secure. It's that he doesn't give a fuck about you.
Or he's just an idiot.
He's just an idiot. It's that too. He's just probably a beta male and is not willing to protect you if it push came to shove anyway. That's really what it comes down to.
This is for all the short kings out there. And I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to anyone else. I'm just talking to you. It's me and you, baby. I need to let you in on something. If you put that you are 6'2" on your dating app, and you show up and you are not a lick above 5'9", and you are not one lick above 5'9", we know it. We clock it. We can clock it. We can clock an inch. Matter of fact, we can clock a half an inch. And we love short kings. We love you guys. You have your place in this world. We support you. We bow down. We bow down. But I need you to stop lying. This happens more often than it doesn't. And I don't care whether you're short. I care whether you lie on your profile. Please stop it. This happened to me last night. He literally put that he was 6'2", was not anything over 5'9". And that's okay. Shady, it gives slimy, it gives not trustworthy. Stop it.
So basically, you went on the date with him because, amongst all other things, you thought he was 6'2", thereby validating why he put 6'2" on his profile.
So if you've been with me for a while, you probably were introduced to me when I made the video about the man who made reservations. I made a video saying I met a man on a dating app and he told me he made reservations at an Italian restaurant. And I said, I don't eat Italian food, or I don't prefer it rather. But please keep the reservations because nobody has made reservations like that for me in a while. Just made the plans. And if you remember, I said, where's my eyelash glue? Well, I'm still with that man. Here we are 3 years later. We have traveled to many countries, many cities, many road trips. We've lived in different houses and done different things. And I say all that to say, I remember so many people clowning me, saying that that was the bare minimum. How dare you get excited for that? That's why the bar is so low, because of women like you. And every day this man reminds me that I made the right decision by putting on my dress to impress him. And that had I listened to them, I would not be living in Santa Barbara, California right now with the man I'm about to go to Turkey with that just went to the store and bought me lipstick. I'm obsessed with these lipsticks. I'm obsessed with these. These are the All Day Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink lipsticks. And the last time I went to a CVS, they were gone. And I said, I want to collect all of them before they disappear. I don't know if they're discontinuing them or if everybody loves them like me. And today that man went to CVS to get me some sleeping pills. And he went over there and got me another lipstick because I told him I loved them. And they may be discontinued. Don't let these people convince you that your love should be according to their definition. You love and be loved according to your soul and your spirit and your heart. We're still together almost 3 years later. All because I got excited that he made reservations for dinner. And he has made me excited about life ever since.
What's a double standard that you hate?
Oh, when girls can do all this stuff, but I don't have the option to do that, or I'm actually.
What do you want to do that the girls do?
It's not specifically like I want to do something, but I want the option available without me actually being like in the locker room and shit. Like if I walk around like naked, smacking on that, I'm getting. I bet the volleyball girls be doing this. But I don't like want to do it. But like if I could do it, I'm not saying I would do it. But if the option was available, maybe we need to just change the double standard so people can. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you feel me.
I do not.
y'all are boys. Y'all are boys. Y'all don't do stuff I bet. Okay, time out. Time out. I know y'all don't do stuff right.
No, what you just said?
No.
I think no.
I'm saying y'all not do stuff, but
Bruh.
if something accidentally happened, like y'all want that.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to agree. You bugging. I don't know what you're doing, but you bugging right now.
Gotta stop this narrative that black men don't support us. We have to stop the narrative that black men aren't showing up because it's a lie. And like you said, the power of the tongue is real.
Right.
What's going to happen when all of them are in jail?
Right.
When all of them are dead because nobody feeding them properly?
Right.
Back in the day, women understood the mission behind keeping men alive. Now, the things that they withstood in order to do so was harsh treatment. I'm not going to say that it wasn't.
Facts.
But it was understood that there is no such thing as we don't need men, because everything around you a man has built. Every security that you have, a man has built that, regardless if women want to admit it or not. They are becoming mechanics now, and they are becoming construction workers now, but they're still not. We can't say that there's a whole bunch of women that outweigh the men because they don't want to do it. And if you recognize that this is never a job that I want to take, if I don't want to take on dealing with the robber that comes in the house, if I don't want to take on being the one that failed the relationship, even though I know I may have something to do with it, if I don't want to be that person, that means I got to assist my partner. And sometimes we look at it like, oh, we do so much. We got to feed the kid, and we got to do laundry, and we got to work a job. But y'all fought for the rights to have jobs.
It's so crazy because like when the people, whoever decided to try to do that, let me slide in your DMs, act like, ooh, I get paid this week. But anyways, let me try to slide in your DMs, say I want to pay your bills, I want to send you something like as a scam. Like that's just tired. It gets on my nerves when people literally message me like, oh, I want to take care of this, I wanted this, I wanted that. I don't even hi, hello. I just straight send my Cash App. Like, send my Cash App. I don't send my Zelle because I'll blow up your email, and damn sure don't give them your phone number. Don't do that. But like, come on, it's tired. Let it go. We know what the fuck is. If you're gonna send some money, you're gonna send some money. Yeah. The fuck.
You know, some of these young ladies are out here moving just reckless. It's not safe to engage in these types of activities. It's not safe to be out here living your life like this. I know because y'all probably 19, 20. You got your little tattoos, you got your little braids on, your little AirPod in the comfort of your own home. You got plenty of almond milk in the fridge. You think that you can act like this. You got good lighting and a nice camera, so you think you can talk as much trash as you want to. Oh, I'm going to do this. But y'all are messing around in the wrong line of work, in the wrong area of business. You need to go find you a job and some other stuff to do.
This is about to be a pretty controversial opinion, but as I've been scrolling on TikTok lately, like I'm 29 years old. And as I've been scrolling on TikTok, I've been like coming across these girls and influencers, and I'll look at them and I'm like, you're probably my age. Like you're 28, 29, early 30s. And then they'll say something like, I'm 23, I'm 24, I'm 25. And I'm like, girl, you look like you're in your 30s. And this is just my guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bad judge of age, but I think it's all the work that everyone is getting done. Like I swear filler makes people look older. Like, I just wish people understood their natural beauty instead of paying a bunch of money and putting toxic chemicals into their face that, in my opinion, just age you. I don't think it makes you look any younger. That stuff doesn't go anywhere. Like, it stays in your face. It's not dissolving. It's not going anywhere. If you look at MRIs of people who get filler, it's literally migrated throughout their whole entire face. So that's a little questionable. And then also, like, I look at before pictures of people and guys, you're prettier. Like, you were pretty without all that. And it just makes me hate society and just what we've done to like pressure ourselves. Let's be real. We're pressuring ourselves into getting all this stuff because we go through this like identity crisis and we don't feel worthy because we compare ourselves to people on Instagram who not only get work done, but also are like editing their photos. Like, let's be for real. And I just think it's sad. And girls, you're starting to look old. I'm sorry, but it can stop if you just don't get the filler. So if you're thinking about it, please don't do it. Please don't do it. You're beautiful just the way you are. And you're gonna look younger without it.
Just kind of gotten to a point, like, if you're not giving me money, like, as a man, why are you talking to me? Honestly, like, I feel like they're really just starting to bother me. Like, it's one thing to say you're beautiful. Okay, thank you. But you're just staring. Like, it's another thing to be all in my face, like, just staring. Like, and it's so irritating because why are you in my face? Like, a lot of men, I don't know, like, it's starting to bother me. Other than my boyfriend. But, you know, they be like the biggest men haters be the girls with boyfriends. And y'all, I swear, because I don't be liking foolery, okay? I really don't. Like, why are you looking at me and you not giving me no money? Thank you.
One of the hardest things about dating and being single is that you're constantly going through a cycle of someone not choosing you. And for me, I think the constant cycle of rejection, essentially, right? Putting yourself out there, hoping that this guy chooses you or sees something in you where he's like, wow, she's the one. I want to pick her. I want to build a future with her. She's my forever person. When you keep going through those cycles of someone not choosing you, at least for me, it does take a toll on my confidence level. And it takes a toll on my eagerness to keep putting myself out there and keep dating. I don't know. And after a series of like rejections and being hurt in situationships, it's kind of exhausting. And you get to a point where you're like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this or if I can keep doing this, like mentally, physically. After a while, it does take a toll on you. So I'm trying to remain hopeful. But I'm reaching a point where I'm losing hope at the same time.
Now imagine how men feel when they say they're tired of approaching women and they're avoiding women and just staying single. Imagine.
You know what I hate? When a guy is coming to hit on me. He's coming to hit on me, and then he doesn't even listen to what I'm saying. Like, you came to me, you came up to me, and you're not even listening to what I'm saying. My first sign that this guy is not a thing, this guy should not be taken seriously, is of course if he came up to me when I'm tending on my gym roof with my ass up. That's stupid. I know I have a big behind that attracts some of the wrong attention sometimes, but he came up to me, sitting, talking to me while my ass is in his face. So I know he just wants to get a view of the goods. But don't make it that obvious. Don't make it that obvious. If you're asking me, you're not from here, so how long ago did you move to New York? And I'm like, 7 years ago. So the follow-up question, he's asking, so how long have you lived here? 7 years. Another topic. His name is David. So I was like, oh, like David is such a beautiful name. Like it's a biblical name. And I told him, like, I started watching this show, House of David, on Amazon Prime.
It's very good. You should watch it. And he looks at me. He's like, oh, so cool. Like, where can I watch it? On Amazon Prime. You get the hell out of my face. Get the hell out of my face.
That's interesting that you're talking about somebody being shallow and only focused on one thing. I want to know what you think about this clip here.
Guys, I just got back from a Hinge date. Why am I doing this to myself? So we scheduled to go to dinner. We are sitting at the restaurant. Seems very nice. Not a catfish. Things are going well. And the waitress comes over. She wants to take her order. And I said, okay, I'm going to take the branzino. And he said, I'm going to take the burger. And the waitress asked him, okay, how do you like your burger? He said how he likes his burger. And do you want some cheese on your burger? And he asked, is this going to be extra? And she says, yes, it's $3 extra. And he said, okay, then never mind. Over there, and I'm like, what the actual? I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat my branzino and see what happens. And he's like, oh my God, you have to pay extra for everything these days. And I'm like, yeah, it's New York City. So I got my branzino, he got his burger, we were eating. And once I was satisfied, I got up and I was like, I'm going to the restroom for a second. And I took my purse and I went to the waitress and I was like, hey, I just want to pay the bill. And I just paid the bill and walked out of the restaurant, and I texted him. So I texted him, the check is taken care of, you should have gotten the cheese. And I blocked him.
Oh, so you didn't want to date him because he didn't want to get cheese on his burger. How shallow is that? Seems like you need to focus your priorities on the right thing.
My best friend is absolutely convinced that her boyfriend is cheating on her. With me. I've known my best friend for years, and even though she has so many amazing qualities, one of her fatal flaws is that she literally doesn't trust anyone. And this isn't totally her fault because she's had a lot of guys in the past cheat on her, which has created really severe trust issues, but my girl has not worked through those. She needs to go to therapy, but hasn't done that. Now, I was always the single one in our friendship, and she always had a boyfriend. So when I started dating my boyfriend and she was single, she was not happy about it, and she was constantly getting upset with me for not spending enough time with her or for always choosing my boyfriend over her. And it was just getting so stressful because I felt like I could never win. Then one day I had the most genius idea that would solve everybody's issues. My boyfriend's best friend is literally one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and also he was really looking for something serious. I set them on a blind date and it went super well, and they started dating like a month after meeting. Everything was perfect. We were double dating, and they were getting along. I thought that all of the problems were in the past, but no, I was wrong. There were way more serious issues to come. So she slowly starts to trust this guy, and I'm like, you know what? She just needed a good, trustworthy man to get over those trust issues. No, she needed therapy. Everything fell apart last week when my best friend showed up unannounced at my front door in absolute waterworks. I was like, girl, what is going on? And she was like, he's cheating on me. I was shocked. This man, he would be the last man in the world I would ever think would cheat. He is just the biggest golden retriever energy in the world. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. How did you find out? Did you read text messages? Did you walk in on him? Like, girl, what happened? And she's like, no, I found a hair tie in his car. I was like, oh, rewind. So are you saying that he admitted this hair tie belonged to a girl he was cheating with? Because a hair tie in a car can mean a lot of things. You don't even know how long that hair tie's been in the car. She looked at me like I was the dumbest person in the world. She was like, Kels, obviously cheaters aren't going to ever admit that they're cheating. He's trying to tell me that the hair tie belonged to his sister. I was like, okay. I mean, his sister and him live like 5 minutes away from each other and spend a ton of time together. So that is the most logical solution. I was like, listen, I know that a lot of guys in the past have done you wrong and cheated on you, but I really do think he's a good guy. I don't think he would do that. Also, y'all spend so much time together and he's always working. So when would he even have time to cheat on you? Really, I think the most realistic scenario here is that it was his sister's hair tie. But as I'm talking, I see her look down to my wrist and all the color drains from her face. I'm like, what's wrong? She just points and goes, that hair tie on your wrist. I was like, this hair tie? She's like, yeah. That was the exact type of hair tie I saw in his car. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a blonde hair tie. It's like the most basic hair tie that every blonde girl has. And his sister's blonde, so I'm sure it is the same hair tie. I think a lot of people own this hair tie. I go to one of my friend's houses and I need to borrow a hair tie and she's blonde. This is the hair tie they give me. The blonde girls get it. And she starts losing it on me. She's like, why are you in his car? Like, why are you lying to me? I was like, okay, I've been in his car one time over a year ago. I was in the back seat. My boyfriend was in the passenger seat. I haven't been in it recently. I didn't leave that hair tie. I don't know what to tell you. And she looks back down at my hands and she starts losing it even more. She's like, what is that ring you're wearing? I've never seen it before. And I look, I'm like, what? Oh, it's the dairy ring that my boyfriend just bought me last week for our anniversary. If you don't know what a dairy ring is, the concept is absolutely wild. But whenever you're buying it, you have to show proof of ID anniversary and you can only buy a dairy ring for one person in your entire life. So for our anniversary, my boyfriend got me one to show his commitment to me and that he would never be able to buy one for any other girl ever. It was very cute. And my best friend starts jumping to the most insane conclusions. She's like, no, the timing is way too coincidental and my boyfriend must have bought you that ring to show his commitment to you. I was like, I don't know what to say. I'm sure that my boyfriend can show you the receipt that he bought it. She's like, no, I don't trust it. Those things can be faked. He could have photoshopped it. I was like, how many Photoshop skills do you think my finance bro boyfriend has? My best friend told me that the only way that her boyfriend can prove that he's not cheating on her with me is to buy her a dairy ring. Because she said that whenever he goes and tries to buy a ring for her, he won't be able to because he's already bought one for me. I was like, you know what? That sounds like an amazing idea. I think you should do that because obviously he did not buy me the ring. And silly me, I think this is all just gonna blow over by the next day, but I was wrong because my best friend calls me and goes, I knew you were lying. My boyfriend's refusing to buy me a dairy ring and he's telling me it's because it's too soon or that he feels like he's being manipulated in this situation, but I know the real reason is because he won't be able to buy me one because he already bought one from you. I immediately like, no, I can't do that. I hang up because there's nothing I'm gonna say to her to make her change her mind. And I immediately call her boyfriend and I was like, okay, what's good? Can you just go buy her the ring, please? Please? And he's like, no. I was like, have you already bought a ring for somebody in the past and that's what's happening? He's like, no, I've never bought a dairy ring for anybody before, but I don't want to feel like I'm being forced into this because of her insecurities and her trust issues. I was like, I get it. I get your perspective. It's very fair. But this is really impacting me right now and I need you to do me a favor. I need you to just do this so that she can get over this. I have absolutely zero idea what to do in this situation because my best friend's boyfriend is absolutely refusing to buy this ring and my best friend hates me right now, is going around to all of our mutual friends telling them that I'm cheating with her boyfriend. Truly, I'm lost for what to do because there's an easy solution and I just need to find a way to convince this man to get that ring.
Unfortunately for us, this is the emotionally intelligent and the emotionally mature women that we can count on in these modern times. Fantastic.